So a couple weeks ago, I released several videos talking about one's true nature. And really what we were talking about is that when someone does not honor their true nature, how they're designed, then they will experience suffering, conflict, and distress within themselves. The feedback from these videos were just amazing. People felt really connected to it. It was a big game changer for many people, and it gave them a different insight, perspective, and awareness to looking at themselves, just to look at themselves and their suffering from a different lens. And the outpouring of stories, the outpouring of people feeling validated, the connection was just very beautiful. So one, thank you for taking time to share. But in this video, for me, I wanted to do a follow-up. So if you haven't seen those videos, I'll put it down below so you can take a look at that. But with this follow-up, these videos really sparked, or this topic of true nature really sparked people's introspection to really go back and look at their own lives. And many people reported that as a result, they wanted to make a change. So then now with all this going on, then Venerable Nick, what do I do next? So I just wanted to share with those who are wanting to make a change in their lives, how to even start the change process, just 5 tips or 5 concepts, just randomly, that may be of help to you. And again, through this process, through this journey, I'll just keep sharing whatever I can. And always in these kind of contexts, just want to make it, please, make it very clear that is not to judge your life. If your life, your situation is working and you're happy, wonderful and great. And this is actually for someone who is watching, where their heart feels heavy, or they feel like they're not living to their fullest potential, and they want to make a shift. So if that is you, and you find that these kind of things are helpful, then please welcome and stay. So I'll do my best to share, but in no particular order. These are just some things that I just felt that it would be beneficial and helpful for anyone going through a transition and change process. So how do I begin to change? Or I realize I need to make a change. What is the steps, or what are the steps? And in the West, because we use psychology, there are many different models, many different modalities for changing. But today, I just wanted to use the Buddhist lens. And I can share a personal story. I remember when I first came to Thailand, I just had a lot on my mind. My heart was heavy, dealing with some issues at the time. And keep in mind, when someone decides to leave their previous life to come here to ordain and to become a monk, and now you have access to a teaching monk, you want some answers. And for me, that's what I was here to seek. And I wanted to learn this new type of wisdom and then to really apply it to my life and to change. And I was hungry for this information. And I remember vividly, I had an opportunity one day to speak with my teaching monk after he gave us a Dhamma talk. And I was so excited, and I wanted to finally find the answer to, okay, now my life that I was living, I wanted to change that around. I wanted to be a better person. I wanted to go deeper into myself, and I wanted to finally improve some of those issues. So, teaching monk, no P, what do I do? What is the next step? And again, I had my notepad, I had my journal, I had my pen. I shared with him very openly my situation. And I asked him the magic question. So then, what do I do next to begin the change process? Do I need to take the time to reflect? Do I need to sit and be with myself? Like, I don't know. Like I'm just wanting an answer. And he really looked at me and he gave like a small chuckle. And it was sweet, like not to look down on me, but really he said, "No, P. Nick, it's simple." He said, with the Buddhist lens, is to fix your problem. Whatever bad you were doing before, stop it. Stop doing it. Second, then do more good. And then the third part is meditate and purify your mind so you can cultivate this wisdom. And in this wisdom, you can pull that and use it to implement into your life. And again, increase and deepen that change process. And I just remember thinking, wait, that's it? You know, I came all the way to Thailand to become a monk, to speak with a teaching monk, and that is the solution, like that simple? Like, shouldn't it be more deeper and more elaborate? And then for him was, no, it's really that simple. And it was just like a Karate Kid moment, if you have ever seen it. You know, where like I was Daniel's son, I was with Mr. Miyagi, and he just dropped this wisdom. And I'm like, wait, what do I do with that? Can you really transform your life with that simple tool? And while it was so simple, the wisdom was so deep and so profound. So why do I share this? It's because I think as a Westerner, we can tend to overthink and we can get stuck and we can ruminate. Then I want to watch movies and listen to like sad songs and really be in my feelings. And many times is you just get stuck. To add on to this, the analogy that they use is really with the glass of water and salt. So in your life, maybe you have a lot of salt. You know, we can say you're salty, but really this is the salt is representing just the heaviness in your life. And with this salt, you can't get rid of it. So what is the other option? Just add more water. And then, because you can't get rid of it, by adding more water, it dilutes it. So this saltiness gets less salty. Now by adding more water, now the cup is full. It's less salty. Now take the same cup, pour it in a big bowl, and then add more water, and it dilutes it even more. Take this bowl and put it in a bathtub and add even more water. And now it's a lot diluted, and put it in a pool and then keep repeating the process and adding more water. So the salt, that teaspoon of salt, it's still there. However, it's very diluted and it's less salty. So this is the same concept of whatever bad you're doing, whatever karma that it is bearing fruit in this moment, it's already here. It is what it is. And then because I can't change it, then what can I do with it? Is then I do more good deeds. I do more giving. I do more helping other people. I do more new habits and behaviors, and I just keep doing more good, doing more new habits every single day. And then you'll realize that the salt in your life gets diluted. So just keep repeating this process, and then one day you just realize, wow, I can breathe again. And the atmosphere right now is not as salty. And that's how you begin that change process. I'm stuck in my situation, so what can I do? And people will ask me, Venerable Nick, that's great for you. You know, for your situation, that's wonderful. You left everything. Now you're a Buddhist monk. You have a easy life, or you don't have these responsibilities that I have, but I'm here back in the city. I have 3 children. I am going to school. I need to work to pay for my school. I just don't have that time. I have to take care of my aging parents, and the list goes on and on. So how do I begin to make the change? Because I'm stuck. And really, for anyone who is in this situation, for me, I would say that the option is then you work twice as hard. For me, from my own personal experience, coming from an Asian background, living in the refugee camp, then moving to America, the expectation of me was very high. I needed to either be a doctor, or I needed to be a lawyer, or anything close to that would bring financial security. And my parents really pressured me, and that was just innate in our culture. So that was just a duty that I had to fulfill. Could I go against the wishes of my parents? Sure. But for me, I chose not to. And because of my situation, I just made the choice to honor my parents, to finish school, to take care of that responsibility. And with the rest of the time, then I use it to cultivate and develop and pursue this new life. So when I speak with a lot of college students and they feel like they're suffering and they're stuck in this one aspect of their life or this lifestyle right now, and they feel hopeless and they want to transition into this new life, and my answer to them is always, then honor this life. If you have children, take care of your children. If you have a job that you can't leave, then take care of your job. That's not an issue. So see it as it is. And then the second part is, then when you're done with this, then whatever energy you have left, start to build, start to develop, start to cultivate. So while I was going to school to take care of that side because of my culture, then afterwards, when I was done at 5 p.m., I pursued the other parts of me. Was I tired? Was I exhausted? Yeah. Finish your responsibility, and then with the remainder of the time, start to cultivate, start to prepare for this new life, and then there will be an opportunity where this part can take the lead. And for me, it just took a long time, but it was worth the effort. Another question that people ask regarding change is that I want to change, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just stuck and I can't see my way out of this. So if you're in this situation, then for me, I would say, then try everything, because we don't know. But the problem that many people have is that they will do things and then they would judge that experience. Well, I tried this, but I'm not good at it. But for me, that's not the point. The point is, when you don't know where you want to go, when you don't know what you want to do, just open your mind, just explore. And then the key part is to really, when you do that activity, pay attention to how that sparks that aliveness feeling inside of you. Because then on my own path, I tried everything from surfing to Muay Thai to making videos to many things. And what I thought I would enjoy actually turned out to be something I did not want to be a part of. And what I thought or never had idea of something I wanted to do actually became like an interest, and that sparked something deep inside of me. But for me is try everything, then pay attention to what makes you feel excited, and then pursue that part, and it will start to open up new doors. Then you'll meet new friends, and then you'll read new books and want to gain more insight and information that will lead to a new event and opportunities, and it will grow from there. But don't get stuck into a mental fantasy, but just try things out, have an open mind, and again, just follow your intuition and what gets you excited. Take out the logic part and don't judge your experience, and hopefully this will begin the process of change for you. Be your own refuge and apply middle way. There are so much information out there. There are many books, there are teachers and friends and videos and a lot of resources for you to hear from. You can go to one country and you can get a lot of advice. While you're listening here, you get one different perspective. You can go talk to your friend and you get another perspective. And we keep reading and we keep gaining more knowledge, and that's a good start. But for me is then it comes to a point where trust yourself. And in Buddhism, we always say, the Buddha said, Ei Pasiko. It means come and see. Like, don't take anything that anyone says as truth, even what I'm sharing with you, but test it and try it and learn it. And you know your situation. Because while this works for someone else, it might not work for you. Then it comes back to the point that you know yourself, you know your situation better than anyone else. You know the nuances, you know your environment, you know the dynamics that are involved, you know the characters, you know your personality, your temperament, your nature. That is all accessible to you. And when you have all that insider information, then you can take this knowledge and apply it to your situation as best as you can. So at the end of the day is to seek yourself. Seek that inner well and answer these questions for yourself. Just take the different perspectives as a guideline and try and experiment. And like I said, have an open mind and test it out yourself and start to access this inner resiliency and that inner well that is already in there, and you have that. And the second part to this is then apply the middle way concept. Some people can say do this for 4 hours. Some people can say do this for 8 hours, but you know your middle way. For me, and knowing my nature, who is quiet and introvert, what is middle way for me may not be a middle way for someone who is extroverted. Listen again to everything that's outside, take it as information, then consult with yourself. Then get quiet, then get still, take into account everything that you know based on your current situation, and then apply it to where it fits your lifestyle. If you listen to a health guru and who is a bodybuilder and they talk about 8 hours in the gym, well, that might not be you because again, you're a mom of 2 children, and that would not be appropriate and that would not be sustainable. So again, take your situation into account and then make the best decision that you can in this present moment and keep adjusting as you need fit. But really trust yourself and rely on yourself. Develop that inner resiliency. And then the last thing that I can share with anyone who is going through a change, and this is very important, and that is to be kind, be gentle, and be patient with yourself. Because this is a difficult situation. Your heart can be heavy, you can feel alone, you can feel desperation, or I'm not sure where I'm going. I feel lost. I don't have anyone to guide me on this path. Those things are all normal. So just come in with a soft heart and just understand that for someone who is wanting to make a real life shift, to live by their values, to live more congruently, to develop more happy and peace, and for me, I would just say it takes endurance. It takes time, it takes a kind of gentleness and compassion that is needed because it's for the long haul. When will all this be figured out? I don't know. And it's different for each person. But again, this is just part of the process. I think we can feel pressured to have the solution. I'm trying to do a life shift, but I need to know the answer is now. Well, it's not that easy, because it took you 28 years to attach, to entwine, and to tangle and develop this life. And there's many layers to it. And what you're trying to do is to untangle that. It's just like having knots, just like a rope with a lot of knots. And how do I untangle all of this? Well, it's just patiently, one knot at a time. Some knots are more ingrained and more permanent, so okay, I'll do my best, and I can leave it alone for now and let me go to a different knot. And I just keep slowly, one knot at a time. Every day I put in the effort. Every day I make a vow to, again, stop doing bad, do good, develop wisdom, purify my mind, and keep chugging along. We can look at our friends and see that they figured it out. But if you really knew, many people haven't figured it out. But just keep your eyes on your own life. And it's a very noble, it's a very wise thing when you can take a moment to just say, you know what? I want to live a better life. I want to live an honest life. I want to live an integrous life. And now I'm going to make the intention and take the action to get this all in alignment. So for anyone who is brave enough to go on this path, I just want to say, well done, that I'm proud of you, I'm cheering you on. And again, take that pressure off yourself and you're gonna do great. Just gently chug along, and hope this was helpful. So again, as always, from Thailand, sending you my best regards. Stay safe, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.